Hi guys, Jamie here, aka Mr. Fit Geek. Thanks so much for tuning into this video today that is about the Apple Watch Series 2. So I've had the watch now for 6 months. Like all reviews, I like to use the piece of tech for a while before I then review it and give my overall opinion on the piece of tech itself. So some of you may have already seen that I had an Apple Watch, the first series, and I have done a video on that previously, which was my 1 year review, which I did last summer. And in that I kind of touched on, my kind of thoughts and feelings about the first Apple Watch and really what I liked, what I didn't like about it. But one thing is for sure is that the Series 2 is a much, much better watch than the first one. And so what I want to do is cover 3 main differences that have come up as a result of the improved aspects of the watch Series 2. So the first thing, as some of you may see, this is the special edition Nike version. So this comes with the grey and the Volt, which I believe is the Nike colour. This bright lime green yellow, and it also comes with some specific Nike watch faces built into the watch itself, and it's got a little bit of Nike branding on the watch as well, so that's quite cool. I do use the watch an awful lot for health and fitness, so it kind of appealed to my fit side basically, so why I went for this version here. But obviously the great thing, like all the previous Apple Watches, you can buy the official Apple bands to switch out, or there are some great third-party ones on the market as well, so it's worth checking those out. So, but the 3 main differences that I want to cover today is basically improved battery and the chipset that's in the watch, GPS, and the waterproofing that's on there. So let's go with the improved battery and the improved performance of the watch itself. So there's no two ways about it. It is massively different. It is so much better, and it now works as I think the first watch should have worked. And yes, you had the first watch with watch OS 1. It was okay, it was clunky, it was slow, it wasn't the best start. And then 2 improved it slightly, and then watch OS 3 that came last year made a massive difference. But then when I decided to go for the Series 2 with what is touted as double the speed, it really makes a difference. Apps open so much faster. Everything in general just reacts with the phone and what you're asking it to do as should do, and it's much smoother and a much better experience. And the whole thing about the watch, I think, was that it wasn't to replace your phone by any means, but it meant if your phone was in your pocket and you needed to have a quick, check the weather quickly, check a text quickly, you could do it so quickly on your wrist you would need to pull your phone out of your pocket. I think many probably watch Series 1 users would agree with this, and that they actually found that it was so slow doing it on their watch they would just pull their phone out of the pocket. I've now found that I'm doing that less and less because this is much, much, much quicker to react. Now, one of the other aspects of this is the battery life. So the battery life has been improved greatly. So I found if I put it on in the morning and then I went about my typical day, my typical activities, and I worked out for at least an hour during the day, so therefore I set the workout function on the watch to collect my heart rate and calories burned and that kind of stuff. By the time I then went to bed, maybe 10:30 in the evening, I probably had about 25, maybe 30% battery left on the watch. Now on this version, this Series 2, take that same day and the same level of activities, I will get to the end of the evening before bed on about 65 to 70% battery. So a massive difference, a really, really huge difference. And what's really important about this is that previously, whenever I would go away for an evening and stay away from home, I would absolutely have to have my charging cable with me. I don't need to now. You can put this on in the morning, and then I would typically then be able to run 2 days. I would sleep with this on, so I just pop it into do not disturb mode or airplane mode to conserve a little bit extra battery. But I could get to the following evening and then by then be on about 25-30% battery. So you are really getting a whole extra day of battery life from this. So, and to me that's a big difference. That's a really, really big improvement in battery gains. So pleased with that one. So the other change is the GPS. So yes, this is never going to replace a proper running watch. There are running watches out there that are much more sophisticated. So if you are a dedicated runner, if that is your sport, your pastime, that's your passion, what you do, then no, this is not going to be the best thing for you. If, like me, you're a runner that does it to keep fit and is part of an overall fitness program and you want to track your runs with a GPS, then yes, it's great. It's fast, it locks on very quickly, it gives you accurate results. So when you've finished, you can go to the activity app on your phone and you can see a map of where you've been, and it tells you your hotspots of where you've gone quicker, where your intensity has got a little bit quicker. Excuse me, something in my eye. And yeah, it's really good. It just helps with your pacing a bit more. So if you are wanting to kind of keep track of pace and where you've been and improvement on a day-to-day basis with your running, then it's great. It's great to see that in there. More importantly, it means you don't have to take your phone with you. So you can leave your phone at home. You can put music directly onto the watch itself. And if you have wireless earbuds, you can Bluetooth your earbuds. Or if you've got AirPods or Beats X, then it does its magic automatically. Put those in, watch on, away you go. You don't need to worry about taking your phone with you. It's one less thing to have on a run, so it makes it less cumbersome, which is great. And then finally, and for me this was one of the big things and one of the reasons why I wanted to get this second edition, is the waterproofing. So when they announced it and they had this whole thing around people swimming and the testing of them in water, and I was like, wow, okay, that's really, really good, because there are not many fitness wearables out there that are properly waterproof. So I was so excited when I first got this to see what it was like in the pool, and I can gladly say it is fantastic. It's helped me go swimming more, again as part of my overall fitness regime, and it just, yeah, it's just really good. It's really accurate. You go in the pool and you set how long you want to swim for or how many lengths you want to do, and if you set the length of the pool, and I found it to be, oh my god, within a couple of strokes, really accurate. Now one of the bits I was worried about was, how is it going to pick up your heart rate that well? Because if it's on your wrist and the water is getting under it, and is it going to block it? No, not at all. It works really well, and I dare say that's probably as a result of the chip that makes it run a bit better, so therefore it's picking up your heart rate better. That's one thing to mention, is that the overall chipset really does mean that this is a better heart rate monitor than one previously. Yeah, there are still blips sometimes when it takes a couple of seconds to pick up your true heart rate. But previously, when I might be staring at my watch for like a minute and it might be shown at 60 BPM and then suddenly it's like 120 BPM and you're like, yeah, that's what it should be. Now it's often just within maybe 5-10 seconds and then it picks up your heart rate. It's much better. Anyway, back to the swimming. Yeah, and you can use it in a pool, you can use it as an open swim, so if you're swimming out in the sea, then you can pick up the GPS as well, so that's really fantastic. And it just works really well. It's really good, and I found it works really well with this new night band, so where it's got these perforations throughout it as well. This makes it a much more comfortable experience when doing sport and exercise. I think what is clearly shown here is that we know the wearable market is in a tiny bit of decline. People are not using wearables, or it's not kind of caught on maybe as quick or as fast as people thought it was, or maybe it's hit its peak and now it's on the decline slightly. But in terms of a wearable, and I've used a lot of them, from Fitbits to Jawbones to the Microsoft bands, this is now the best one. It really is, because it's a great fitness wearable, but it's a great smartwatch as well. And obviously it should be for the price. You know, we know these are not cheap, but it's really great, and it's a massive improvement from the Series 1. So I'm looking forward to Series 3. I wonder what they're going to do with it. I wonder how they're going to push it forward and innovate with it there. But if you don't have an Apple Watch and you're thinking about getting one, this is the one I would go for. If you have a Series 1 and you're thinking about upgrading, would I do it or not? If you're serious into your sports and fitness and you use it all the time, then yeah, it's not even an incremental update, it's a really big update, and I would consider upgrading. So anyway, I hope this has been useful to you. Any comments at all, pop them in the box below, drop it a like if you wish to, and for more videos like this, do subscribe. So over and out for now. Thanks for watching.